I didn't even count y'all down.
Welcome back to the MellowStace show.
I feel like we actually like have a whole TV show and like you know like the Jimmy, what's it called?
Jimmy Neutron?
Yeah, no, Jimmy Neutron. Isn't that the cartoon, sis?
Yeah.
Was it Jimmy Fallon show?
Yeah.
Oh.
Jimmy Neutron.
This picture of the Jimmy Neutron.
Got a blast.
Got a blast.
I feel like we on that show, like right, like we have a whole TV show, like.
Yeah, but we don't
One
got
day.
a band.
One day.
We don't got a band yet. We got to find a band. Mark.
Oh, in the
You got a band
background,
for us?
right? We do have the whole little drum set and all
What?
that.
You know what? That don't sound like a bad idea.
I always wanted to play the drum.
You can play drums?
Nah, you know why? I wanted to play the piano. I thought I was Alicia Keys and shit. Like
With the braids coming out.
Yeah. Yes, I had those braids. That was
What,
my
the
shit.
ones where they braid
Yeah,
from
and then the
back of your
beads
neck?
hanging.
Mm-hmm.
Yo.
I think
That
every
was-
New York girl had that when Alicia Keys came
That
out.
was me. I was like,
Nah, Alicia Keys was fire in that video when she was in the
she's
diner.
dope now.
She's beautiful. I
She
think
is.
she's
Yeah,
so beautiful.
She was a creep in that coffee shop, though.
You know what's okay? Can I be honest before we get touch base into the real topic? I called the number on her song.
And what came out?
It was a voicemail.
Her voicemail?
Yeah,
Why would you call a number that
because I
weird?
was like, let me just try it.
And
you
what
really
it
thought it was
said?
her voice?
It was like a full voicemail. I guess other people tried.
You really think a celebrity is gonna put their number on there?
Well, it was her voice though. Like it was her voice.
But what it said, like, hey guys, leave a message.
Like it was pretty much like exactly how the song was. And then she was like, well, like pretty like for whoever reached out, she made a message to the people that reached out. Like saying this, you know, thanks for reaching out, but you're not gonna catch me, you know, something like that.
Yo.
You're not gonna catch me.
her voicemail sound like a post. You know how when you aim post, yo, you can't catch me right now, but I'll be back later.
One yourself.
BRB.
One yourself.
Yo. I
Man,
wonder
we
what
don't
Mike
do the-
Jones' phone bill look
We
like
don't
right
do
now.
the ones no more. I think I would get offended now. Like one. What the fuck you mean one? Like
I'll be like 2.
Yo. Yeah, where did that come from? One.
I don't know. The one.
Well, we get I'ma holler, like that means I'ma holler at you later. But one
Like
is like
funny thing, I was just telling Gabby, I went to Rhode Island this weekend. It's like they're like
there once was
it
a
made
man
me
from
miss
Nantucket.
New York.
What you had, clam chowder out there?
No, I didn't have none of that.
You see? Now you feel me. When I be in Puerto Rico so much,
No, but that's just like a whole
people
different
be
island.
like, or even when I'm outside of New York for too long, people be like, yo, why you love New York so much? And it's like, because I'm outside of New York so much that I genuinely miss where I'm from. Like, there's literally no place on earth like New York. New York is a melting pot. Like, it has all cultures. You're raised knowing a little bit of every culture, and you don't get that nowhere else.
Nah, everybody's boring out.
So- I feel like
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Never mind.
Don't do that. What you saw?
Nothing. I'll say it off air.
So I feel like, you know, New York is New York.
Yeah, you can't like going outside.
You got me bugging now. Like, what the fuck you saw?
Nah, Gabby, just don't make no sudden movements. Whatchamacallit?
Nah, you see, sis?
Why you got your legs? No, I'm playing. Go back.
Yo, you see, you know what's so crazy, right? So in Rhode Island, right, these people be bugging over little spiders and shit like that. I'm like, come to New York, we chill with rats.
Never mind.
That's a fact.
I mean, not like that. We don't chill with rats like snitches.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, you want to clarify that one? Yo.
But, you know, like, imagine living with a whole, I feel like rats.
But that's like when you're in the corner. And like when you passing by the garbage in the corner outside in the front of the building,
that
you
shit is
know
wicked, yo. Like,
you
I
bound to
walk in the
see
middle of
a-
the street. I
Yeah.
can't do that.
Yeah, yo, the way rats just really just intimidating y'all be mad funny.
Yeah.
Like y'all literally walk across
How's
the
your
street.
summer so far?
trash.
Ditto.
I thought my summer was gonna be way better. I expected it to be way better, but I don't know. It's just so whack. Like, maybe it's because
Because you're not traveling.
No, why would I don't want to travel in the summer.
Why
There's
not?
nothing like a New York summer.
True.
It's not like New York has not been the same.
It
though.
has.
Nah, there's some, but the New York summers is like trash right now.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't even think people
If
stay
y'all
out
be
late
out in the
anymore.
water and invite me, please, because I'm bored.
You ain't go jet
I
skiing
ain't got
yet?
no friends.
Huh?
You ain't go jet skiing yet? Not up here. That is blasphemous.
I haven't done that.
In Puerto Rico, of course, but
yeah, but
here,
you
no.
use what about you, Stacey?
It's been alright, and I ain't like out the ordinary. Not like, oh my god, like.
It's trash. New York summers is not really the same anymore.
And then with all these restrictions now and the shit
Well-
that's happening,
What restriction?
What restriction?
you can't have raw sex, and then come out
Yeah.
pregnant. Cause
Nah,
we don't-
monkeypox. That's what happened.
Oh yes, I heard the cases for that. It's like out
Going
this
up.
fucking.
They trying to scare. They
Yeah.
just trying to scare
But
people from fucking.
I don't. You know what I was saying to myself, and I saw a video actually where we're fucking not even us, but I mean, yeah, I'm gonna include myself because I got the vaccine. But if like we was to really, really stick together and go against them, we're more than the fucking government.
Yeah, but that was my whole point with the vaccine. Like, had we all stuck together, even with that, we wouldn't. A lot of people wouldn't have had to be fucking vaccinated.
And like that's like for
Shout out to all of y'all who stood strong and didn't get vaccinated.
yo, for real.
Shout out, y'all.
Definitely shout out to y'all. A bitch folded.
How many shots you got?
I folded. I couldn't lose my job. But you see, that's the part where it's pretty much being controlled. It's like, do you get vaccinated and keep your job, or do you go to your own route? But I feel like if everybody would have stuck together, and what, they're gonna evict everybody that's not paying rent?
Exactly. I know of a lot of people that quit their jobs for that reason.
Yeah, just cause they.
Yeah.
And people that have been at their jobs for years.
Yo, I definitely know that too. Nah, I don't know. That shit's just wicked to me. And then to what? I would say like give it another year soon, and that shit's not even gonna matter.
They gonna start banning sex.
I will give it like I'm like my theory behind it all is like 3 more years from now, and then they gonna, or like 5. I would say an estimate of 5 years, and then they gonna come up with some new shit.
Nah, they
for
coming up with
sure.
some shit now. They gonna start banning sex because you could get monkeypox through sex. So they gonna start telling.
So
y'all
wait, so you could get monkeypox through sex?
Yes,
It's like a transmitted disease.
They're
or
trying to.
STD?
I guess they're trying to classify it like the CDC. They're trying to classify it like that. I could be wrong, but that's what it seems like it's going to. But
my whole thing is like the people that are coming up with this whole concept of, let's say, monkeypox being transmitted through sex, or y'all have sex and y'all gave it like that for y'all to know that's how it's happening,
niggas
or that's just an assumption.
niggas
But
just
isn't
being
that how
alive.
the chicken pox used to be
Well,
touch
transmitted
to
back
touch,
in the
the
right?
chicken
Yeah, it
pox
used to
was
be
just a
touch to
touch.
touch.
Yeah.
It was not really through like, I mean, obviously if you had the chicken
Yeah,
pox,
but you have to touch each other to have sex.
yeah, but it's like
Do
if
you?
you knew the person,
Do you? Let's deep
what, to
dive.
touch?
Like, do you have to touch somebody?
How
I know no touch sex is a thing.
Look,
I know
Ma,
that.
no hand.
I
what-
know.
she just
I've
going crazy
actually.
like
Who
that.
you
was
mean,
it that
like-
I was having the conversation with?
Like you mean like aggressive, not aggressive
no,
sex, but
there's
like
no. Oh, damn. Who,
like there's no affection. You're saying?
no.
Like, you
there's.
just don't touch
It's a
'em.
psychological thing.
Can
where
you show me how?
I don't remember who I was having this damn conversation
right, if you
with.
was a guy-
I know. I don't know if I watched it.
You watched the porno?
No. That I watched someone talking about it. That's how I found out that really
All right,
exists.
so if you was a guy, show me right now how you.
I don't know, Nick. I never did it before, but
you want to try?
I don't know. Supposedly, it's some
What?
mental
You
thing.
want to show the audience how you?
No,
could
supposedly it's some mental thing. Like supposedly you guys are supposed to sit.
All right, Gabby, I'm
Indian style.
I'm gonna be the girl.
No, you have to sit
Oh.
Indian style.
It's Kama Sutra, right? There
There
we
you go.
Yeah, like
there
yeah,
you go.
They
You
sit
sit down.
crisscross applesauce,
and you
then
just like breathing, and you guys are breathing at the same. Like it was who? Damn, I'm gonna go on
It's-
Instagram later and
it's-
ask who I was having that conversation
that shit
with.
is like
Cause I know someone told me they did it before and that it was like the crazy experience of their lives.
it's like
So they
it's,
have sex without actually having sex.
no touch
nah,
at
it's
all.
like having
It's like
sex.
a energy
It's like mental,
connection.
yes.
It's
It's
an
like
energy
energy.
connection.
It's like
It's a
having
vibration.
sex on Bluetooth.
Literally.
Literally.
And you do they squirt?
Yeah, they
know.
orgasm right in front of you. Like crisscross
But then
applesauce.
that's very high
That's
vibrational.
that's on another level. Like you got to be super
You know
connected
what's
to
so
Earth.
crazy? If I ever meet somebody with that mental, I ain't never letting go.
Yo, getting horny and getting off because you hear somebody breathing is insane to me.
But
But
guess
that's what
what?
I'm
Nobody's
saying.
gonna get pregnant.
But that
You know what?
You see?
You got a point there.
and you busting your nuts.
How? Or for breathing?
That's something we're never gonna. Well, I don't want to say never because we could change our lifestyle.
What if somebody has asthma?
Okay, I don't think it's just physically just breathing though. That's the thing. Like,
no, that's just one thing.
It's more of like a whole energy. You know, we're switching energy.
Yeah, like, that's exactly what it is. It's energy. That shit is crazy.
I think it's possible.
It might be possible, but I just feel like I'm personally not that well connected to.
It's more like, have you ever had someone not physically in front of you, but just speak to you over the phone and it turns you on?
Yeah, that's really what it is. But it's just, so I feel like it makes it harder though because
you can't touch each other.
Yeah, you're like in the presence of that person.
It's a challenge.
So I feel like that's...
I wonder, all right, if they had a class like on Groupon, I would so sign up for it.
Phone sex is kind of crazy.
I don't think...
Phone sex what?
It's kind of wild, like when you think about it.
Yo. It is, but you see, the thing is that you can't think about it. Like, you just gotta like, all right, play with your pussy.
But it's like
I'm rubbing my dick. Like,
it's like, yo, rub my nipple. Like, can I stop now? Like,
well, it's again, it has to do with the conversation. In all reality, it depends on the person.
I think it depends on how well connected you are with the person.
It is because it might be where you be like, yeah, I'm rubbing this, and you're there like, oh my god, hurry up and come. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially like with jail people, like that shit is wicked.
That shit is. I mean, I get if you're in jail. Like hearing a woman's voice.
That's weird though, because you got like a whole lineup of people
not
behind
only,
you.
But you got most of the time they listen to those conversations.
I mean, I don't even think they give a fuck.
That's wild.
I'm sure they don't, because they do that on a daily basis. But it's just like for me to think that someone else aside from my dude is listening to me, like that shit is awkward as hell.
Nigga in the line behind you, like, yeah, what you doing with your wife on the phone?
No. I'm talking about like as far as COs and stuff like that. Usually they listen to the conversation to make sure that there's no like.
Oh no,
they probably fast forward that shit though.
Nah, they listen to that shit live. They be in the booth like, yo, come listen to this.
I'm sure they have to listen to it because it's like, what if you're trying to be like sneaky and give codes while you have it? Yeah, like they have to listen to that.
Sex?
Yeah.
So like, yo, rubbing her clit is like, yo, just make sure you bring the coke next time or some shit like that.
Maybe. Yo, you'll be surprised.
That
like,
shit is wicked.
You'll be surprised.
When there's a way, there's what?
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah,
where there's a way, there's a will.
Whatever that saying is.
Well,
everything is possible. Literally, everything is fucking possible.
Well, clearly we see everything's possible because I know that you've noticed that Roe v. Wade has been overturned.
It has, which is a big disappointment to us females.
Yep.
You being ladies, Stacey, you being a mother, and Gaby, you being a woman that is in a relationship, how do y'all feel now that isn't an option for women in certain states? Not it's mainly red states, but just overall.
I'm not surprised at this point. I'm really not surprised because this isn't the first time that we kind of went through it. Just never proceeded all the way to now. But this has been a thing. We just been fighting off of it. But I'm actually not surprised that this actually happened. To me, it's like, what else now? Like, what's new? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gotten to that point.
I feel like, honestly, we're living in a time where women are really being attacked. Like, I don't know what the point is, but I feel like they're just coming for women, period. I think they just want us to be like, have no rights how it was back in the day. After women fought so hard.
And correct me if I'm wrong, and no offense to like white people and all that stuff. I think it just got to, and I watched the video on it, and it's more of their population, it's low. So with this is they want it increase. Mm-hmm. So I think that's kind of why this is all happening.
Because a lot of interracial children are being born at a high rate, especially after the pandemic. There's pandemic babies,
but then it's ironic with that, right? And I say it's more like a contradiction. I'll say, because it's like, no offense to like Mexicans, but everyone knows Mexicans are known to have a lot of kids. They have big, huge families.
Yeah, but it could be the same for Jewish, because Jewish have a lot of
Jewish
kids.
Definitely do too. But what's so crazy? Like, I heard they try to aim more for boys, and then like with girls is where it's a little situation.
Well, isn't it like that overseas in like I think certain parts of
In China, it's the one kid, one child
for family,
and
then that's why I think it was some way if you have a adoption. Daughter. That's why when it comes to adoption, the high population of adoption be like Chinese kids or like Indians and Africans.
But I think that case is completely different than what's going on in America, because over there, you know, it's overpopulated. Those countries are overpopulated versus here. I don't think it's about overpopulation. I think it's just really them trying to take women's rights away. At the end of the day, I think that's truly what it is.
Do you think
it's definitely more? It's that, but it's definitely more to it.
Do y'all believe that because it was so easy to force people to take the vaccine and how people pretty much gave up their civil rights, that this had a correlation to it, the fact that they overturned it?
Yes.
Yeah, because we have no say so. There's no control.
I kept telling people
America's
that
not free.
This would happen, especially my mom, because my mom, for some reason, she thinks that I try to be a white girl. That's her thing for everything. She's like, you think you white, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it's not about that. I think it's more of knowing how America is running. Like, you know, I feel like slowly they're trying to take Americans' rights away. And an easy target is always going to be a woman. So I feel like they're coming for women first. And then I feel like eventually all our freaking rights are going to be stripped. And people are not noticing that. And that's the sad part.
So put yourselves in the shoes of women and a man. They're in a relationship and they're in a state where abortion is legal. What do you think the steps that they can take?
Well, from what I've read, a lot of people out of the states are coming over here. And what they're doing, like I spoke to someone, and what they're doing actually, like they'll take the insurance or whatever the case is, and then, you know, proceed. They're not gonna like stop, even if the insurance is not accepted. They're still going to just, you know, go ahead and take it and do the procedure, do what they have to do, and then resolve like a financial plan afterwards. So everybody's going to come to like New York or Chicago.
I feel like now, like, I've never done an abortion before, so I don't know how it goes, but I feel like now there might be a wait for you to get an abortion. Because now it's not only going to be people from New York, like now it's people from out of state coming in to get one done. So I feel like now it's just going to be a hot ass mess.
You know what's that like? Imagine you never left Alabama. And now you have to leave Alabama to come to New York.
No, the craziest part is, I don't know if you guys heard the little girl, the 10-year-old girl that got raped in I forgot what state it was in, but it was definitely one of the states where you cannot get an abortion.
Yeah, it's a red state probably.
And 10 years old, rape. She's pregnant. She's being forced to keep a child because the state is not offering an abortion. I don't care what your religion is. I don't care if you believe that Jesus put a baby in you
there's
for
just certain
a blessing.
Things that should not be accepted.
Bro, it's a 10-year-old child. What can that child do to provide for another child? Like, how does that even make sense to you? If you truly feel like, you know, you're against abortions because of religion, help me understand, like, how is that?
They should at least have, in that case, like with rape, they should have that as an option. You know what I'm saying?
It's like you're exempt.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's, you know, I just saw a video, right, where this woman was entering her building and she was being followed. That by 1 second, the guy, he put his foot in, but she closed the door on time. Like, that right there could have been a case of rape because who knows what he was capable of doing. So my whole thing with that being the 10-year-old, hello, like, you really gonna force this 10-year-old, especially after a whole traumatic situation.
Yeah, like, why would you want to wake, regardless, like, even if the age, I think is just a rape, period. Like, why would you want to wake up every day and look at this child? And the baby's going to be innocent, you know? It's not the baby's fault. But you're going to look at this kid and you're going to be like, bro, you're here. I never wanted you. You're here because I got raped. Like, you're going to think of that every single time, and you're probably going to feel resentment towards that kid. And I feel like that's the sad part, that a lot of people just don't, they're just, I don't know.
You know what? I'd be so curious to think, like, the people who are making these decisions, clearly they have kids. Like, you know, and I'm not saying I would want them to get raped because that's not what I'm saying. But, like, I wonder if their kids got raped. Like, are they gonna feel the same way? Like, are they gonna be like, hey, you know what? You got to keep this kid, or they're gonna actually fly their kid out?
They probably just feel like it can't happen to them, and in reality, it can happen to anyone.
No, 100%. But you like these are the things that cross my mind in the sense where it's like, okay, yeah, as men making decisions, but have daughters. That one day they could be out partying, and I can't even sit here and say that their kids be the ones sniffing coke and doing all the crazy shit because they got money. You know, like that's real shit though. Like real shit. These people, rich people, are the quickest people to touch crazy ass drugs.
Yeah.
And then you being in that environment, you're putting yourself in a predicament where you're gonna blank out wherever the hell you at, and it's a possibility where you could be talking to somebody and the guy could take advantage of you, and then boom, you're pregnant. And what? Your father's the one that overturned this, and you're going to have to keep it now, right? But I highly doubt that behind closed doors, I'm sure they'll pay somebody off to stay quiet. For sure. And that's the wicked part, is that we will never know. Unless someone just be like, you know what? Fuck the money. I'm going to expose these people. And then that's when there'll be like some real big shit. But until then, that shit's gonna go right underneath the rug.
Yeah. I feel like back when I was younger, you know, I'm 31 now, before life hit me, I remember I used to have conversations, and I would always be like, yeah, you know, I'm against abortions. Well, I'm still against abortions, but you'll see why now. And I would always talk about it, like, you know, I'm against abortions. They should stop abortions. People shouldn't be allowed to get abortions, blah, blah, blah. And then I realized that it is something that's needed. I personally would never get one because I have endometriosis. Now, endometriosis is something that it's a woman has a lining, and the endometrium lining is supposed to be on the inside, and mine grows on the outside. So my chances of getting pregnant are probably like 1 in 10. So I feel personally like if I was to ever get pregnant, I'll keep it because it's very rare that's going to
you know your situation.
Yeah. So regardless of whatever, like, you know, I'll keep it because that probably won't ever happen again. But for women, I feel like, you know, they should have that opportunity to say, yes, I want to keep this kid, or no, I don't want to keep this kid. Now, for women who do it on a all the time basis, it's like, all right, now you ODing. You're probably the reason why people feel this way about abortions and why we have to, you know, narrow it down and shit, because there's some people that do abuse it. But then again, I feel like we're no one to take that away from people.
Regardless of like the person's, you know, doing it 20 times. Like,
no, that's what I'm saying.
It's a fucked up thing.
It's a fucked up thing, but we're no one to take that right away.
We shouldn't judge or, you know, or definitely take their rights. If they want to make it 21 times and do, you know, make it 21 times. Is it foul? Because if you already did it more than 5, 6, 7, 8 times, now you should now is at a point where you need to be responsible.
Like now you're being irresponsible and you need to do something.
That's what I was going to ask you. I was like, at what point do we hold responsibility for the people that actually conceive?
Technically, once you open your legs, you should be responsible. Do things happen? Yeah, things happen. You know, you could be drunk in the moment. Next thing you know, I feel like a man knows when they come inside a woman. But again, shit happens. It could be a mistake, or you might think that you're not ovulating, and then boom, next thing you know, you end up pregnant. But I think as a woman, 100%, even both, just be responsible. If you know that, to me, I feel like when I have sex, like with my boyfriend or whatever, I'll be like, you know how girls in the moment be like, come inside me. That's the next day is go take a plan B. You know what I'm saying? Like, be responsible about it. Like, you know, like you have that dirty sex talk. Like, you know what I'm talking about.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa.
What?
Go ahead.
You know,
I feel like you just there's ways to prevent it. Like, you know, if you know that you are fertile female, there's birth control. I'm not saying birth control is 100%, but
just come in the mouth.
You know, like there's different methods. And there's different ways.
I'm trying to joke though, but it's like if you know,
I just feel like ultimately we are no one to tell anyone like you cannot get an abortion.
No, and that's the wicked part. It's the having no control of our own bodies. But then it's like y'all want us to do other things, work this. Let's say, for example, as a woman, women are supposed to do everything a man could do or more. But then now I can't stand it.
I don't know, but I knew I said it. There's a lot of women out there who are sleeping on the fact that this whole abortion thing, they feel like because it doesn't pertain to them, they don't have to have they shouldn't speak up on it or whatever. But I was telling a few of my friends, I was like, watch it, because I don't take birth control. I don't, like I said, I can't get pregnant. Mm-hmm. So I don't need none of that. I don't do birth control. I don't do condoms. I don't do none of that. I ain't even gonna
hold you. I leave it to God's hands.
But
I don't do birth
control. What I'm trying to get at is that that's the first thing that they're coming for. And then now I told my friend, now you got to be careful, because they're going to come for birth control and they're going to come for Plan B.
The prices is going to go
the
up.
The Plan
crazy.
Bs are now, I think you can only buy
one per person.
One per person. Oh, I thought it was two. So now Plan Bs, you can only buy one per person. And birth controls, my friend I want to say like 2 weeks ago, she called me. She's like, I'm fucking pissed. I'm like, what happened? She's like, my insurance said that starting September, they're no longer. They're not covering birth control.
Wow.
So I'm like,
what state she lives in New York?
In New York.
Wow. That's wild.
And she's like, okay, so if you guys are not, is it just the brand that I'm taking, or is it just all birth controls? He's like, I don't have any answers for you. You have to wait until September. So it's like, now you can't get an abortion, and you can't do anything to prevent getting pregnant. It's like, what the hell?
Do you think that
at this point is that don't even have sex right now? Like,
no, you could, but do you think that
it's just being safe? I think now people just have to be, more aware, more precautious of how or who they having sex with. Because if you're with a long-term partner, and it happens, that's different. But if you're just like in situationships and you have multiple partners,
casually,
then then it's something that be mindful and use a condom.
Yeah.
Or just,
but it's just scary, because even then a condom is not 100%, just like birth control is not 100%.
But we all know like 99.9% is very effective.
Wait, you saying like the condom will break?
But there's always that 1%. You know,
0.1%.
Like there's always that chance. So,
yeah, but we can definitively say like condoms.
How about if they strap up twice?
Nah, it's too much friction. You get crabs.
You don't even understand. You don't even feel it, right?
Nah, it's too much friction. It's too much going on. I'll be fucking the condom at that point. It wouldn't be fucking you anymore.
What if the Trojans are like really, really thin though? No.
Listen, man. I don't know what the condom is.
That's crazy. Well, you better be careful, because now ain't no birth control.
No.
Come September,
I vet the women that I have sex with.
I just think people should just don't have sex with just anybody. You know,
that's what. Yeah, I think this leads to people being a little more responsible who they have sex with, because you don't want to be in this position.
Like especially what's the worst part, and like this is a little off topic, but it's just like when you sleep with, like, let's say you meet a guy and you like him and you have sex, and then they be so into you, but as soon as they find out, let's say a mistake happened, is so when you gonna get that abortion? Damn, but you was just like OD loving me, you know what I'm saying? Like, and now because I'm pregnant, now you're not even like, babe, what do you want to do? It's so what clinic we hitting?
But then
that's the crazy part. It's like, this is who you sleeping with.
Yeah, whose responsibility is that? Is that the man's responsibility?
It's always the woman.
Or both?
It's the woman.
It's the woman. Would it be better for it to be a mutual understanding? Yeah, but that's the thing. That's where who you sleeping with matters, because it's like, if you sleep with someone who's actually mature and takes responsibility, they're gonna tell you, listen, whatever you want to do, am I ready for it? No, but whatever you decide to, I'ma support you. Rather than, we can't have this shit right now. Like, I don't know, we need to not right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, but to stick it and to come and to do all that dirty talk and whatever, you was all for it.
That's very true.
And that's the whack part about it. It's like, I would say a high percentage of men be that way, where
y'all do know that women control access to sex, so the responsibility is always going to be the woman.
Of course.
No,
I feel that too. And I feel like it's also, once, if that were to happen to a woman, I feel like that should open your eyes and like just cut that person off. Like, And I say that because I know someone who had gotten 2 abortions by one guy, and he said the same thing to her, like when are you gonna take it out, whatever. And then she stood with him, got pregnant again, and then she ended up keeping the baby. So it's like, now you know what,
and how is the
you're
relationship
setting yourself up.
And then what you doing that you forcing your hand on a gentleman that doesn't,
that off the grip kind of told you this is
like,
not
I'm
what.
not ready to be a dad.
Not even not ready, but clearly when someone wants a long term with you, they're gonna make it happen, regardless if it happened as a casual sex where y'all wasn't really together. Like, but that just goes to show you that man is, you're only for a good time, not a long time. That's just how I see it. Because like I said, a mature man will take responsibility and will be like, you know what? Yeah, I wasn't with you, but let's give this a family try, since we're about to have a family. And then later down the line, if it doesn't work, then at least we know that we tried, and now this is what the outcome is.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, a man should always give the woman the ultimatum. Like, don't make her feel like, I mean, yeah, you could express your feelings. I'm not trying to sit there and say like a guy has to suck it up and put his feelings aside and be like, yo, like, whatever you want.
But
no,
men
I feel like at first you should be like, listen, at the end of the day, it's whatever you want to do. But I just want to let you know, I don't feel like we're ready. I feel like I'm not ready. But let her know that ultimately that the decision is up to her,
That you're going to support whatever she decides. Not just you know what it is? I think men have a problem on how to go about it and making a woman feel comfortable enough that even though he doesn't want it, that it's okay. You get what I'm trying to say? Rather than like, yo, I don't know what you're going to do, but like, this can't happen right now.
So let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think a man is still obligated to be there for his child when he clearly said he didn't want to deal with he doesn't want to have the baby because you don't have an abortion?
I don't even want to let you finish. If I had your kid, regardless if you liked it or not, you step it up. Like, not even because of me.
But what if the dude gives you a warning, like, I'm not prepared to have a child?
But regardless, my whole thing, this is the part, as a grown person, as a grown man, you decided to have sex with me. You decided to have unprotected sex. You know the consequences of having unprotected sex. So the chances are, especially if we had a conversation prior, let's say we had a conversation and I told you I'm not on birth control. You're taking a chance.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you taking a chance. You need to kind of set yourself up like, damn, what if Shorty does keep the baby if she gets pregnant? That's something that it has to be in the back of your mind. When you're having unprotected sex with someone who's not on, and not even they could be on birth control, because I know a lot of females who've gotten pregnant on birth control.
Me too.
You could be that. You could be that 1% on. Sorry, my son texted me in DR. You could be that 1% where you get pregnant off birth control. So what people have to understand that you're not doing it for the other person. You're doing it for your kid. I understand that you didn't want a kid, but guess what? Now you brought a kid to the world. Be there for your kid. Or do you want the high percentage of minority kids growing up without a father because you really didn't want this kid?
So are we at a point where now that the option of abortion has been limited, are people now forced to have more responsible relationships?
I mean, it's not going to make people step up.
No, I'm not
I feel like for certain things like that, my opinion wouldn't even be valid because, like I said, due to my condition, I'm going to keep the baby. And in my situation, like what Stacey's saying, I get it. But I'm also thinking from my perspective, like, if a guy was to tell me he's not ready or whatever the case is, I feel like I wouldn't even push that on him just because, this is something that I'm going to do for myself because I know that I might not get pregnant again, So I feel like my view on it is completely different.
But you could be objective. Like you can.
Yeah, I'm not going to, at the end of the day, I'm not going to force him to stay there because at the end of the day, I'm choosing to keep the baby because of personal reasons, It's not like I said, I get what Stacey's saying and I agree. But I feel like also my opinion is different because of personal reasons, I get what she's saying. You guys slept together. You guys knew the consequences. I get it.
And I wouldn't force it, like with your situation. But as an overall, I would never force someone. It's you the one that's going to miss out on your kid's life. For sure. Again, it's never for you. it's for your kid.
Mm-hmm.
Me having a kid, if my son's father chose not to be in my son's life, you're not hurting me. Because I'm going to be okay at the end of the day. And me and my son will always figure it out. It's more of the, let's say, you know how certain schools now, they have like, bring your dad and to school.
They still do that.
There's certain schools that might do some activities like that. Like bring, what does your dad do for a living? And then bring
Drug
them to
dealer.
school and show them off for what, huh?
My dad was a drug dealer. Like, it's hard to bring like a brick of coke. Like, hey guys, this is what I sell.
Well, you gotta fake it. Pretend he's I don't know, something else. But in moments like that, your son is gonna feel, or your daughter, whatever, is gonna feel some type of neglection. Where it's like, damn, where's my dad? And again, it's not the mom. So now, and what's crazy is, right? I don't know if you ever watch videos of like these schools where they do daughter and dad dance, right? Dance. And they plan this whole big dance, and then the kids who don't have dads, the mom have to replace them. And that's a whack moment because it's a dad and daughter dance. So here you see certain moms that have to dance with their daughters, and it kind of it's still a good look, but it takes away the purpose of it because it's the definition of daddy and daughter. So it's like, again, you're not doing it. You're not hurting you. You're hurting the kid.
But don't you think that's like guilting someone that's clearly
no? Because you're not gonna throw it in like I said. If my son's father chose not to, I'm not gonna throw it in his face. I'm gonna just let you be. Cause my son eventually, when he'll grow up, he'll see it for himself. Like, oh damn, my dad is the one that chose. I would never be the type to be like, yo, let me hold you. Like, I'm gonna hold my kid back from not seeing his father or whatever the case is.
But I feel like there's also, we're only talking about like, women keeping a kid and the father choosing to not be. But there's a lot of people out there, fathers, that want to be in the kids' lives. And the women use it as pawns. Like, women use their kids as, no, if you don't want to be with me, you're not going to see a kid. Or if you don't give me money, you're not going to see a kid. If you don't do it. That's sad because there's really fathers out there that want to be a father and they can't be a father because
we have a mutual friend, you're probably, that he had to break up with the girl who he was with because the baby moms was like, while you're with her, you cannot see my kid.
Oh no. That's,
you see?
That's messed up. Like, men gotta understand, like, as much as the court favors the women a lot, you still can go to court as a parent. You still have rights. You still have parental rights. For all the fathers that's out there, if you're having this issue, go to the courts. The courts is the access and resources that the women have.
You know what's crazy?
Men have it too.
At that point, the girlfriend probably be like, yo, if I'm already dealing with this, imagine later down. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is probably something, and especially if the person doesn't have a kid of their own, they might just not even want to deal with it.
Yeah, I thank God that I don't have like, all that drama because I don't think I will be able, it's just too much. Like, me not having a kid, I see mothers that are basically begging the father to be in the kids' lives. And then I have a friend that actually today had the last court hearing. He had to surrender his parental rights because he's been fighting for his son for 4 years. 4 years. And the mom is like, has made hell for this person. And it's like, it sucks because you don't see a lot of fathers fighting for their kids. And the ones that do lose.
For the most
because
part,
the mothers are always the one with the upper hand.
Well, the course is always going to look at the mother.
I would have planted some cocaine underneath her bed and then told the cops.
Can't even do that. That don't even work. She got a drug problem. We'll put in a drug program. We'll hold the kid somewhere with a family member, and then he won't go with the father. He'll go with her family member.
That's just crazy.
That's how the system
works. And today, like, I feel bad because I woke up and like I texted my friend, and my friend was like, I just got out of the court hearing and I had to surrender my rights to my son. And it's like heartbreaking because now like this kid is gonna grow up thinking, oh, my dad never loved me. My dad never looked for me. My dad this, or she's gonna plant in his head like, your father's a piece of shit, like,
But I feel
and it just, I told him, I was like, you know what? Save all the proof that you have of all this court fighting for 4 years. Buy a journal, write to him every single day. Because when he turns 18, I promise you, he's gonna look for you.
Even before that, it's kids are very, very smart, and they'll pick up on mom's behaviors, on how they are. And
but that's why I said, I was like, you know what? Eventually, all these years of you missing out on your son, it's going to work in your favor because one, karma's a bitch. And two, your kid is going to see that you was fighting for him. Like, you know, you wanted your parental rights, but at the end of the day is what the court says.
That's what I'm saying. Like whack. People who have kids and they don't, you know, they don't appreciate the kids and all that stuff. Like I was just telling Gaby, like, I miss my son. My son's in DR at the moment and I miss the living out of him. But like, so people who have kids and they like that whole living with their grandma, if you're not like in a disabled situation or like, there's no reason why your kid is living with your grandma or your grandfather, like putting that responsibility on somebody else. Like, I think it's like step it the fuck up and figure it out.
Well, it's kids raising kids and they feel like they're not prepared. So they have
no, I think if you, the thing is, you have to think about it like this. If you open your legs, you're preparing yourself for something.
It's true. It's very true.
Because very so why are you an adult to have sex, but now you're not an adult to have a kid?
Well, ladies, that means that just got to open your mouth and say your legs.
I also feel like God don't bring, you know, like I think when God puts you in a situation, it's for a reason. Like God's not going to put you through something that you can't handle. I'm very firm with that. Like when you go through a situation, there's going to be a lesson behind it.
Yeah.
So me, let's say, you're saying no? You don't agree?
I get what she's saying, but then again, like I said, you know, think of a teenager. Think of a person who has mental problems and got pregnant.
No,
you
but
know?
that's...
I just feel like no one in this world should tell you that you cannot terminate a pregnancy.
No, 100% no.
Because then at the end of the day, now it's just going to be more risky because they're still going to do it. They're going to do it in an unsafe way.
Yeah, it opens up a black market for people to do it under the table.
So I just feel like
and that's all... I wouldn't be surprised that shit like that is actually happening right now at the moment.
And niggas better not be putting hangers up girls' vaginas like they used to back in the day. Because they used to do that shit.
Marta.
You know what? All we got to do is have faith and...
Have faith and always...
Wrap it up.
Always speak up. Even if the situation might not pertain to you, some way, somehow along the line, it's going to pertain to you. So always open your mouth and speak up and don't fucking lose your rights because
that's all we have left.
Yup, that's all we have left.
One more question. What's the better New York meal?
The what?
What's a better New York meal out the three? A chopped cheese, a bacon, egg, and cheese, or chicken over rice?
A chopped cheese.
I'm not crazy with chopped cheeses.
You haven't had the fire.
So what out of the three you prefer?
Damn, something like chicken wings over rice then, I guess, with some hot sauce and ketchup.
All right, y'all, that's it for the MellowStace show today, man.
Bye, guys.
I'm not doing this with y'all. I said chicken over rice, street meat, halal.
Oh, I thought you meant like the Chinese, like chopped wings. And
that's the episode's over. It's getting cropped.
It's clip for that.
Yo, Mike, you still recording?
You still recording for real? Oh, that was the end of the show.
No, I already moved the mic. It's gonna look stupid.
No, it's not.
Oh, you already in your position.
We already moved.
Yo, Gaby, hit a high note real quick. What's your favorite Usher song?
They call me GABRIELLA. Now tell me what you want to do with me.
What? Nah, y'all still owe the part of a freestyle. Y'all got y'all raps together?
That was part of it. That was
Usher. Y'all need y'all real full 16.
Nah, but she remixed it.
Yeah, nah.
This is not gonna be on the podcast.
It is. He was still recording.
He was still recording.
Nah, fuck it. You could put it.